Hi guys, it's Monday, so we're back to work, aren't we? So I just wanted to make a little advice audio today, and I'm gonna give a little variety of advice because I just felt inspired. First of all, I will definitely tell you that, and by the way, this advice is not regarding spells, so it's advice for everyone. First of all, I really want to emphasize that there is a lot of potentially toxic content on the internet. A lot of, coaches, life coaches, relationship coaches, manifestation coaches. There's a lot of stuff that could be harmful for your mental health out there. And this is due to the popularization of these things. Nowadays, anyone can be a coach. All they need to do is listen to a couple of other coaches and copy their material and just, pass it on. And that's how we get all of those disinformations all over the internet. So I want to make a couple of points. Gee, I'm sorry, the noise has started. Neighbors are, what do you say it? Doing some yard work, basically. I'm not sure what exactly they're doing. Okay, let's hope it won't be too noisy. So, number one, with all of these relationship coaches that are, telling you how to handle breakups or how to seduce a man or the signs that someone cares, someone doesn't care, or that no contact works on everyone and all of those stuff. This is not true. Like every single person is different and they have different traumas, they have different triggers, they are different basically. And one advice will not work on every single person. There is no way. And I really want to make that clear. So when you look for the signs that someone doesn't care or that someone cares, it doesn't apply to everyone. Not everyone will behave in a certain way. Some of it will kind of pass for everyone, and some of the advice will, of course, be good, but it's too much generalization over, an ex, a person you want to seduce. Too much generalization, and any generalization, I don't like. Because it's wrong to generalize about anything. So be careful with those advices. One I saw like one Indian coach. I think she's Indian, but that doesn't matter. I'm just saying it just so you can like distinct her from others. Maybe I don't know the name, and I don't think she's in general a bad coach. She's like coaching women, empowering women, and she does have some good advice for sure. But one of her advice was to never sleep with a man until you're like committed and stuff, which I don't think is a good advice because she was like, no man will take you seriously. I don't think it's a good advice because there's different types of men and different types of people, and it's not true. Some people have slept on their first date and got married and are still together. Honestly depends on a person, on a situation, on how you feel, and on you. Absolutely, whether you want to wait or not. It's your decision, and I don't think that's good advice, for example. And you can't say that every man will react the same way, and yeah, I don't agree with those things. So you definitely have to be careful when you're taking advice from the internet, and just more like try to analyze things in a different way and try to have in mind that everyone is different. And kind of follow your instincts, your gut instincts, your intuition. That will give you the best answer. So moving on to the other type of coaches, the manifestation ones. Again, there are some things that are totally false that they are preaching, most of them. So number one, affirmations do not work. Affirming something that's for your self-worth or something like that, for your brain to realize something, it can be good. But affirming for your ex or for your specific person, as they call it, uh, it it's counterproductive. It only creates more resistance. It creates more obsession and more neediness, which equals like needy energy, and low vibration does not work. Therefore, also very important thing: our thoughts do not create our reality, and we cannot control other people. So when they say that you can control everyone and you're the only one that has, like the only conscious being in your reality, that is of course not true. Every single person has free will, and every single person, you know, is a person. They're not just, like they call them, holograms. It's not true. So that's just ridiculous. We are all the same, and we all have free will. So you can't control people by doing affirmations. John will now take me out, or John loves me. No, it doesn't work like that. So don't bother with it. And if it was harmless and you wanted to try it, I would not be making this audio. Fine, whatever. But the thing is, these things create a lot of obsession, and a lot of people have actually had to seek therapy and help because they got really obsessive from all of these stuff. So please don't do them, don't try them. And if I have clients who had, and they told me that it only made them more needy, and guess what? John did not ask them out. So yeah, don't do that. Also, like living in the end, making yourself living this delusion where you are, I don't know, married to John, you have 4 beautiful kids. No. Again, the same thing. So a lot of things that they are selling there and preaching and stuff is completely, it doesn't work. Number one, can't work. No way it can work. That's not how the brain works. That's not how the universe works. That's not how reality works. And yes, people have free will. Absolutely. And this is why spells don't always work, because people have free will. We can influence them, give them pushes, create situations where they can do certain things, but we cannot control their mind. So this is why, when scammers tell you, yes, we can totally control someone and make them your slave, they're lying, because we can't. And I'm just telling you the truth about magic. So this is why, spells will sometimes not work, because people have their free will, and even with the pushes they're getting, and even if they want to, they can still decide, no, 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 I will not, because it's always in the end their free will, and you have to keep that in mind. So all of these affirmations and all of this bullshit about, excuse my language, about you controlling others, being the only one that controls your reality, the only one who has free will, and everyone around you doesn't have free will and they're just puppets. No, they're not. They all have free will. So please don't fall for those things. It's totally not true, and I think it has such a good so many people are into it, because they're basically telling you something you would like to hear, right? We would all like to be like gods of our realities, and control others, and just have whatever. Sorry, there's a doorbell. I have to go and open. So where was I? Yeah, we would all like to have control over everything and everyone, and that's just not what life is about. So law of attraction is a thing, because we are all energy, and energies do attract or repulse energies. It's all true. That part is true, but there are other laws here as well. Law of attraction is not the only law, and there's a lot of things going on, which none of these are talking about. They're just talking about law of attraction, law of assumption, and these are the only laws of the universe. No, they're not, and they don't work in the way most of them explain it. Some of them, of course, probably are great. I'm not saying they're all like this, but the majority, I think, is. So keep that in mind. And now, another thing I wanted to address, and this is something I've been thinking about, and it's about universe giving you signs about what you should do in life, what you're calling in life. So, maybe pay attention if you get some sign. And sometimes something really major will happen for you to realize what your path is. And it kind of did happen to me, but it happened to a lot of other people, especially some famous people. And it can be like an illness or a horrible heartbreak or a horrible situation of some kind, near death experience, so many stuff. When you're gonna actually realize in some way, universe gonna send you a sign what you should be doing, what your path should be. Also, another thing to notice is if you are having trouble with holding on to a job, um, or just troubles in general with your career and things, it could mean that the universe is trying to tell you that this is not for you, that you should be trying something else and doing something else, and this is why you are not being successful in what you're doing, because you're not meant to do it, and you're stubbornly continuing to do that field, and that's why you're not succeeding in it. We can all be successful, we just have to find our true calling. So maybe think about that. If any of you listening um, have struggles with that, maybe think about it. Maybe try to, look for some signs. And, signs usually don't appear when you look for them, but you can ask your spirit guides to maybe pop a sign sometime. And trust me, they will. Trust me, they will. You just really have to pay attention to it and kind of realize it, because a lot of people just go through life thinking everything is a circumstance, nothing is a sign, and nothing happens for a reason, which is not true at all. And yeah, so pay attention to those things. And thank you for listening. Bye.